Just overall thoughts on that, how that game played out?
It's a tough game. I mean, that's the way these AFC North games are going to be, especially on the road in these types of atmospheres. Really proud of the way the guys fought. I thought the defense played well from start to finish, and obviously we'd like to get a stop on that last drive, but they did a good job against a really explosive, tough offense. Really, the offense kind of gave them the 3 points there to start the second half with the turnover, and then they did a good job holding it, and then they kicked a long field goal. But the defense fought, and the offense found the rhythm. Really, we only got two. We had the turnover on the first play, and then 2 possessions in the second half. And so it just goes to show you how quickly these games can go when you're facing a team that can eat up the clock like that. We ate up some clock too with our long drives, and so it's tough. It's tough. We've lost 3 games now in the last play of the game. That's what I told the guys. We just got to keep taking our shots, and these things have a way of balancing themselves out, and we're going to get some of these wins in this situation.
So can you take me through the 4 plays down by the goal line a little bit, the thinking?
Yeah.
You didn't run it at all?
It's a tough front. I mean, it's a really tough structure of the front. So we felt good about some of the stuff we called. Obviously didn't work. We took a sack on a specialty play, and then just it didn't quite get it how we wanted to on the shovel there on the 4th down play. But felt comfortable with our package going in. It just obviously when it doesn't work, you wish you would have done something different.
Did you feel like the next time down it was much more direct handoff, QB sneak? Did you feel like you learned something from those? They just try to shove it in?
Yeah, I mean that's part of the game plan. You're preparing versus these fronts. You're seeing what other teams have done, and you're seeing why they've had success. And it wasn't really because teams were running downhill. It was kind of getting stuff on the perimeter, and we tried that. It didn't work for us, and then it did once we got Joe on the 1 play downhill, and then we snuck it down on the next play.
Is there something you saw in the front that led you not thinking the shovel pass was going to be
The game, just watching tape.
For you personally, how do you balance the decision there if you want to kick or go for it? Because it kind of seems like this every week in the NFL where you can either go for it on 4th down and they say that's the right call and it's not.
Yeah, we felt good from the 2, maybe any further. We would have just kicking it there, but we felt comfortable with what we had called there. It obviously didn't work out. So, and I'm not going to say in hindsight you do it differently. Obviously, we see that play didn't work, and so you'd run a different play. But the way that we managed the situation, I thought we'd go up 17-13 right there, and our defense was playing really good, keeping them out of the end zone, aside from the one that they had, and we found a way to go win.
The past couple of games, the offense has started fast. Obviously, that wasn't the case tonight. Was there anything that stands out as to why?
We just couldn't get that first down. We got a first down on the first play of the game, and then we probably went, basically 3 straight 3-and-outs if you want to continue to count that drive. And again, it was just finding our rhythm on the first 2 plays. And that was just kind of a feeling out, not necessarily feeling out process. We just couldn't find our rhythm. And once we got that first down, really the remainder of the game, we moved the ball exactly how we wanted to. And so, again, just didn't start out as fast as we wanted to.
Did he re-aggravate his ankle?
He tried to fight through that thing really the whole game. Even at halftime, he was talking about giving it another whirl, and just it didn't feel good enough to keep going.
Was there a reason he kind of just stayed on the sideline in uniform instead of?
Because he wanted to keep giving it a shot. I mean, he's a tough guy, and even situationally wanted to be an option if that came up, even if he wasn't going to be in the core part of things, and that situation just didn't rise.
On the positive side, you had Joe Mixon probably have his best game of the season. How encouraged were you to see him running the way he was today?
Yeah, I thought he ran really hard. We had some good downhill runs from us. I thought the offensive line did a good job, managing their fronts, and there were some good perimeter blocks as well. But I thought Joe did a really nice job in the run game. We started to find a rhythm there with the run and the pass really at the end of the second quarter and all the way through the rest of the game, and just was too little too late.
On the interception, what did Joe see? Did he miss clean or just?
I think Patrick made a good play on the ball. Really, to be honest with you, it was. It looked like the window was going to be there. He fell back into it and made a good pick. From my vantage point on the sidelines there, we'll watch the tape and see what else could have happened. But I thought he was on time with the throw. Linebacker made a good play, and then we'll assess it once we watch a little more video.
How frustrating is it to only go 1 offensive touchdown to a team like Baltimore and a loss in this kind of game?
It's just frustrating to lose. It doesn't matter how it shakes out. There's games that the offense may score a lot of points, and we need to pick the defense up and vice versa. And again, we knew this is a tough team. This is a tough environment. This is going to be a tough test to come in here and get a win. we were close, but not close enough. And we just have to learn from the things that each guy can do a little bit better, that I can do better, and be able to rebound next week.
Zach, I think the TV cameras caught you racing to talk to LC after that fourth down incompletion.
Yeah.
What were your words to him, and what were you trying to convey?
No, we got a great relationship, just talking through the situations.
Can you put your finger on, through the first 5 weeks of the season, the offense kind of hasn't quite found the rhythm you had at the end of last year?
We've been in a lot of close games, and they come down to the last play of the game, and just as a whole, we got to be better.
You talked about you couldn't get the rhythm going with the offense, and it seemed like the run game and the offense in general picked up after Vaughn's interception. How much of a spark is that defensive play to get the offense going?
It is. You need to pick me up sometimes in one of the phases, and the defense has done a good job providing that. Vaughn's done a really good job of coming down with the ball now 3 times in the last 2 weeks. That gives you a spark, gives you some momentum. The team feels that. It's not just a phase thing, it's an entire team thing, and you got to capitalize on that quickly, and I thought the offense did a good job of that.
Would it be safe to say, Zach, you guys, or you feel the defense did a good job of bending, not breaking, and managed field positional well all night?
They've done an excellent job all season of keeping teams out of the end zone. And ultimately, we feel like we're a good enough team. If we can keep teams out of the end zone and win the turnover battle, then we should be winning the games. And again, like I said, we just got off to a slow start, and then just had limited possessions in the second half. And so when you have whatever it was, a 17-play drive, maybe we didn't score any points, eats up a lot of time, and you come away with nothing, ultimately that hurts you.
On that last drive, you obviously took a long drive. Is there any thought, do you think at all about maybe like chopping it up and going for a quicker score, maybe trying to get one more possession on the back end? Does it work that way?
We were trying to score on every play, so I don't know.
You mentioned the 3 walk-off losses. What does that say to you about this team? I mean, it doesn't matter, like a loss is a loss, but I mean, these were all on the last play. Does that mean anything?
It's just a resilient bunch. We've been down in some of these games. We were down 10-0 today. We've been down 17-0. We've been down, some different situations like that, and we fight back. Again, we can see that the recipe for our success is to start faster and play with a lead. That's ultimately what we want to do. So we got to continue to find ways to do that. Obviously, it's going to be different every game for the opponent, but it's a group that I love, I believe in. It's a long season, Obviously, we wish we would have gotten this win, but we didn't. And I'm confident these guys will rebound and go attack the next game on the road the right way.
It seemed like the Ravens were pretty stubborn with the 2 deep. It looked like Joe was about as patient as he could be. I'm sure he was trying to score, but they were kind of not letting you.
Yeah, obviously they didn't want to give up the explosives. And so we get to the point where we're going to take what we can get, and thought we moved the ball well, really. I know the turnover was that 1-play possession, but really our last 4 possessions all potentially ended in points, all got inside the tight red zone there.
Did their defensive scheme basically prevent y'all from maybe pushing downfield as much as I did, or did it dictate kind of what y'all took downfield in terms of the shots and such?
Yeah, I mean, we just wanted to be smart about it and be efficient with our play calls.
Does the offense change at all when you don't have T? I mean, you can run a lot of the same stuff, but obviously not having someone like him, does it change what you're doing when you're calling it off?
You move guys around a little bit more, and Jamar takes some of that. Jamar's done a really good job. Pittsburgh game, when T went out, and in this game in particular, of moving around and being able to handle being tagged differently in concepts, and he's just done a masterful job of handling that over the course of a game. It's not, obviously he's in the room, he's in the install, he knows the offense, he can do it. But I think during the game he's done a really good job adjusting when we need him to. TB as well, TB moving around and playing different spots, TB handles it really well also. Okay, thank you.